I'll share this recording with Nitesh. You can collect it. Okay. So SAP, the full form of SAP is Systems, Application and Products in Data Processing. It's a ERP package. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning package. Basically, whether it is SAP or other ERP, what it do is it specifies how to use the basic ingredients of any business. The basic ingredients of any business is money, material, machinery, and manpower. Okay. If you don't have any one of these, you will not be able to do any business. The manpower could be either your employees or the manpower could be your customers, whatever it is. If you don't have customers, can you imagine any business without customer? You can't. Okay. So the ERP specifies how those things can be used for fine tuning and proper functioning of the business. How these things can be used, can be customized or configured by using any of the ERP package. There are multiple ERPs which are available in the market. But the advantage with SAP is the only ERP which got its presence across. Okay. For example, if you take different industries, like let us take the case of the coal mines. Okay, if you in a country like India, we have a lot of mines which are there in Jharkhand, which are there in Telangana. A lot of coal mines are there. None of the other ERPs have modules like yard logistics, which is very important for the mining industry, where a lot of physical movement of vehicles is involved, where the trucks has to be parked, how the sequence has to be maintained to load the coal when they are buying from the mine, etc. To handle those kind of solutions, none of the other ERPs got a module called like yard logistics, whereas SAP have. Okay. There are other ERPs like Oracle, which has its presence in finance and transportation management. There are some supply chain management SEM ERPs like Blue Yonder, which got its presence in supply chain only. They don't have CRM, and there is a Salesforce CRM that is also ERP, but they don't have presence in finance and other stuff. So SAP is the only ERP which got its presence across different functions of the business. So SAP is a properly integrated ERP. The meaning of proper integration is, let us take the practical example. Okay. So every one of us during our life, we daily uses whenever in the morning we will take bath. Okay. So let us take the case of bath soaps, how this industry runs. How this industry runs. In country like India, how the industry functions. So if you want to buy a bath soap, what are the different sources? If you people can interact, it will be good.
Like provision stores.
Yeah, provisional stores nearby your home. Okay. And what are the other things?
Like through online also we can have it.
We used to call it as e-commerce platform, isn't it?
Yes.
And in smaller locations, you will be finding the wholesale stores. And in cities, you will be finding the modern trade stores like your Reliance, Big Bazaar, whatever, Metro, wholesale, Flipkart, etc. You will be finding the modern trade stores. These are the four different ways and means. As an Indian consumer, you can buy the product bath soap. For example, if you take the case of Hindustan Unilever, they got their manufacturing facilities in Mumbai. So do you think that the provisional store nearby your home will go to Mumbai and buy the product?
No.
Do you think that the Hindustan Unilever will come to your provisional store and sell the product?
No.
They will sell, but not the company. They will sell, but not company. What they will do? They will appoint the distributors. They will appoint the distributors across the country.
But through agencies.
Yeah, agency, distributor, whatever you call. Okay, if to cater the rural market, they may have rural distributors also. And these rural distributor may supply to sub distributors It is again business thing. Different companies will have different. So whether the rural distributor or urban distributor, he will buy the product from company and he will distribute in the provisional stores, wholesale outlets, etc. If e-commerce are buying, they are buying bulk of the products from the company directly and they may get the stocks to their e-commerce warehouse. Different businesses operates in different way. Let us take the case of the distributors. For example, a distributor who is there in Hyderabad placed order for 1,000 cases of some Lux soap which is produced by Hindustan Unilever Limited. So if you are running a business, if you are running that business, when your distributor places the order, what is the next thing that you need to do? You appointed a distributor in Hyderabad to sell your product. He placed the order for 1,000 cases of Lux soap. What should you do?
You have to pack that material and create invoice.
We need to supply the stocks, packing, picking, etc., etc. As you rightly mentioned, all those process will happen. But you said packing, picking it from warehouse,
invoice,
billing, invoice or billing, whatever you call. All these things has to happen. Okay, all these things has to happen. So all these things will happen when
once we receive the order from the customer, like distributor.
Yeah, we receive the order from the distributor, but there could be scenarios where the stock available. If the stock is available, you will be doing all these things, isn't it?
Yes.
If the stock is not available, then what should happen?
Either we need to get it from other godowns.
Let us assume that you have only one. You are there in one location. In Mumbai only you have the supplies. Yours is centralized supply process.
In that case, we need to manufacture.
Yes. So what should you do? When the moment the distributor places the order, if the stock is available, order will be created. When the stock is not available also, the order will be created in ERP. Okay. Order creates. Here also the order creates. If the stock is available, you need to do the picking, packing, transportation arrangement, etc., etc. You need to do. If the stock is not available, order creates. Based on this order, you will be sending an alert to production saying that so and so distributor has placed the order, or else so and so material, 1,000 cases of soap is required. So then what the production team will do?
We look for raw materials.
Very good. They look for the raw material and start the production. If the raw material is available, they will start the production. If raw material is not available, then
again we need to purchase raw material, no?
Very good. Then an alert should go to purchasing department. Saying that so and so raw material is required. Okay. So the process of sending this alert in SAP terms we may use to call it as PO, purchase order, or there may be a process of purchase requisition and then purchase order, etc., etc. So what happens? The purchase order will be created. Based on the purchase order, the vendor will supply the goods to the company. Once the raw material is received, again, since you are handling with the crores of customers, you need to have the quality checks, etc., etc. You cannot, but the moment you receive the raw material, you cannot start manufacturing. You need to check the raw material quality. If the raw material passes those quality standards, then the production will commence. Once the production happens, then there may be, if you produce something, some of the products at the moment you produce is, you will not sell it to the customer. For example, if you take products like soft drink, okay, the moment you produce, you will not be sending it to the customer. It has to be there for at least there should be some ideal period where the product should not be consumed. If it is consumed, the taste is a little bit different. So if that kind of product is there, that has to be there there in your warehouse for 1 or 2 days or 3 days or 5 days. It all depends on the product. So SAP is an ERP where what happens is the moment the customer places the order, by taking all the different permutations and combinations based on the situation, if the product is available, the confirmation will happen by taking certain things into consideration. If the product is not available, the system will try to calculate how much time will it take to produce the product. Then it checks for the raw material. If the raw material is available, the system will confirm one date. If the raw material is not available, system will confirm later date. Like that, the moment the customer places the order with proper integration, you will be able to confirm the customer that, my dear friend, you placed the order today. I'll be able to supply it to you by 20th December, 15th December, 10th December, by considering different factors into consideration. That is called as proper integration.
So
Okay.
you mean to say all these things will be run background automatically in the SAP?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And all the functional consultant and has to work on this one. Okay. Since, for example, if the stock is available, the warehouse is in Mumbai, your distributor
Okay.
location is in Hyderabad. If the stock is available, will it come in 1 minute or 2 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes?
No, not like that. What my
Not
doubt was, like, if the stock is not available,
not possible.
so
No, no. I'm
automatically.
trying. I'm not saying anything to you. I'm just trying to explain the factors that
Okay.
influence your order scheduling. Okay. So
Okay.
there may be some time which will take to travel from Mumbai to Hyderabad. It may be 24 hours or 18 hours or 12 hours. It all depends. It is normally, it will be, if any truck, it will be 24 hours. So you are running a business. It is not that this distributor order is the only order which you need to dispatch. Okay, there could be multiple orders. That is why normally whenever the order come, you may take 1 day for picking the material, 1 day for packing the material. Okay, 1 day for transportation. So if the customer is placed the order today and if the material is available, we will be able to confirm that, my dear friend, I will be able to send the stocks to you by 7th December. If we take 1 day for pick pack, 1 day for picking, 1 day for picking, 1 day for packing, and 1 day for transportation. For example, if the trucks are not available, it takes time to make the transportation arrangements. If you don't have your own truck facility, it may take 1 day for the truck arrangements. Then what it will do? It will be on 8th December. Like that, there will be different factors which influence. I'm talking about the practical things. Okay, all these practical things you will be placing it in SAP and you will be calculating the time.
Okay.
Is it clear? This is how the business
Yeah.
runs
Only one
now.
doubt here. When the
Yeah,
stock
please.
is
Yeah,
when the
please.
stock is not available, then and there itself we will come to know. Then and there itself we will come to know, like, how much time it will take to supply the goods to the customer, na?
Yes, 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 yes. For your
Yeah.
product,
Okay.
each and every product in SAP, we used to call it as the material. For each material, you will create the master data. In the master data, there is a field called total replenishment lead time. So if the product is not available, how much time will it take will be mentioned in that material master. When you are trying to confirm the dates to your customer, you will be taking that factor also into the consideration.
Okay.
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 That is what is proper integration I am talking about. SAP is a properly integrated ERP. So yeah, an example of proper integration is if you create a sales order, it will update in the production planning for metal requirement and planning. There is a process called MRP, metal requirement and planning, which is very important. It's an integration between MM, SD, PP, FI. Okay.
Okay.
And in MM for raw material procurement and in transportation arrangement and try TM for transportation to make the freight arrangements. Okay, and finance to check whether this distributor has paid the money, or if we are running the business on credit, and if I have given him a credit limit of 1 crore, is he overdue or 1 crore is utilized? All those things can be checked with the proper integration. We'll be discussing about different things. Okay.
Okay.
This is about the proper integration of different functions in business. There are different modules that are there. Basically, there will be two type of consultants who are working in SAP. One is the technical consultant, and another one is the functional consultant. The technical consultants are like system administrators, basis. Similarly, the security guys who will decide based on the business decision. They will, for example, a customer is having the credit limit of 1 crore and he exceeded the credit limit. His order is blocked for because of the credit limit exceeded. So do you allow everyone to release that blocked order, or you will allow only authorized person to release that blocked order in general?
In general, we'll go for techie guy only.
We will allow the authorized person only to release that order.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You will not allow each and every. Then people will take it for granted. They will release the orders and your business will go for toss. Isn't it? So
Yes.
who should be allowed for what kind of transactions? Who should not be allowed for what kind of transactions? Who should be allowed to change the sales order? Who should not be allowed to change? Who should be allowed only to view the sales order, cannot make any changes? All that stuff will be controlled by a team called security team. Some people used to call it a CRC, GRC, or some people may call it a security. All those are technical consultant. And there could be many business requirements which you will not be able to fulfill in standard SAP. Okay? There could be many business requirements which will not be able to fulfill in standard SAP. Then those business requirement has to be understand by the functional consultant, and we will work with the ABAP technical guy. ABAP is nothing but advanced application business programming. We'll work with the ABAP to customize the SAP as per the business requirement.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, please.
So the ABAP will not be there, right? S/4HANA.
ABAP is there. Without ABAP, you cannot expect SAP implementation.
No, S/4HANA they don't have ABAP, right? They don't with ABAP, right? What is the technology they are using?
No. In S4HANA, the change is the database change. SAP has come up with their own database, HANA database, whereas in ECC, it works on SQL or Oracle database. That is the change.
Okay. So for and the UI change, what is the UI change? Fiori.
Fiori is there in ECC also, but there is a lot of improvement in the data analytics. You will be able to get so many standard reports by using Fiori. Fiori is there in ECC also. It is not that it is the new thing in S4HANA. Fiori is there in ECC, but with limited functionality, whereas in S4HANA, with the enhanced functionality, Fiori is there.
Okay. So, but the backend is ABAP is there.
Yes. See, each and every if you do something in SAP, it has to be stored in a table and field. Okay.
Okay.
And each and every transaction will be run by using a program. Only smaller business can run with what you call standard SAP. If your business is bigger and if you want to integrate, for example, let me take this case also. Okay. So if the distributor in Hyderabad wants order for 1,000 cases of soap, do you think that a telecaller sits in Hindustan Unilever office and collect all these orders and punch into the system? Certainly they will not, isn't it? Certainly they will not.
Yes.
What happens is all the companies, they will develop their own software which they can develop at lower cost. They may call it as dealer management service portal. Some people used to have some different names. Okay, by using technologies like AS400 and other things, they will be able to develop their own software. What happens is, in this by using this software, the distributor will be able to punch in his order. The moment the distributor punch in the order, if his dealer management portal is connected to internet, it will come, and in SAP, in your SAP, sales order is created. If it happens, then only the companies want to implement SAP. If there is a clerk which has to sit and note down all the orders and enter punch in into SAP, do you think any company will go and implement SAP?
No.
Certainly not. So what we will do in this dealer, we will integrate this dealer management portal with SAP. So in process of integrating these two things, we as a SD functional consultant, we need to work along with the developer. There will be many other things. There will be a middleware guy who connect. There will be middlewares which connect SAP with the other platforms. There are different ways and means of getting the data from the other dealer management portal into SAP. Okay. So generally, when a customer is placing the order, what he will do? What kind of information he will send? He will send the information about your material, quantity, isn't it?
Yes.
Date, and each metal, what is the price he is expecting, etc. He will send, isn't it, friends? So
Yes.
for all these fields, there will be something in SAP, in the dealer management portal. There will be something in SAP. So this, if the in material in dealer management portal, if the distributor enters as Lux 100, this Lux 100 has to be as it is copied into SAP, and it has to sit in the field material. So how this will happen? This will happen through proper integration. In this integration process, you require many of the technical consultant help. Is it clear, Kar?
Like auto interface, huh?
Like
Auto interface. Like data automatically sits in the SAP sales order.
yes. We will build an interface. The moment the customer places, the distributor places the order in DMS portal, and it is integrated, it is connected to the internet, it will come and the order will be created. Whether you want the order will be created the moment the customer places the order, whether you want the order will be created after 15 minutes, after 20 minutes, after 30 minutes, it all depends on your requirement. You can configure your system as per your requirement.
Okay.
Okay, can you repeat again when their technical backend developer needed? Because everything is there, right? In configuration, everything is there. So functional consultant can able to do configuration, everything. So when there is a developer needed.
That's what I'm saying. Here, the standard SAP functional, your configuration will not solve the purpose. Here, you need to integrate your dealer management portal with SAP. So your standard SAP solution will not solve the purpose. Here, you require the help of your ABAPer, okay, your ABAP guy. In which way you want to bring the sales order? There are different ways of bringing the connecting SAP with other systems. You may connect SAP with other system by using the IDOC. IDOC is an intermediate document which is used to send information from SAP to other system and get information from other system to SAP. And similarly, to integrate two different SAP systems also will be using the IDOC. It may be IDOC, or it may be an XML file, or it may be a ProLink file. There are different things which are there. So if you want to integrate the two systems, you require definitely, there will be a middleware which is required from the architecture perspective. Along with SAP, you should have a middleware, and that middleware consultant will work along with you and the above guy to connect these two systems. So all these things are not there in the standard SAP. So without above, you can't even imagine the implementation of SAP. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So basically, there will be two type of consultant. One is the technical one, and another one is the functional consultant. Even when you join as a consultant, for example, you are a SD consultant. The security guy will restrict you to access any of the configuration steps related to MMPP, etc., etc. So without technical consultant, there will be no project. You will not be able to work. For example, if any business wants there are standard apps developed, and those are available in the user interface called Fiori. There could be some custom requirements which may come. So if you want to develop the custom requirement, you need to work with a UI developer, ABAPer, and the business. So as basically the role of the functional consultant is, you should know the business requirement, you should interact with the business, and you should know the business requirement, and you should be in a position to find out whether, with the help of developer, whether it can be possible, whether it is possible in standard SAP or not. If it is possible in standard SAP, as Carr mentioned, we will go for the standard configuration and we will achieve it. If it is not possible in standard SAP, then you need to go for there are different ways of that those are called as RISEF objects. Whenever you find the time, you just try to search it in YouTube or Google about the SAP RISEF objects. RICEFW, RISEFW objects. R means reports. I means interface, which we discussed now. C means conversion. When you are converting from legacy system to SAP, how the conversion has to be done will be decided by this. Nowadays, conversion more or less is doing by the data migration team, not by the functional consultants. And E means enhancements. F means forms. And W means workflow. So you will be majorly working on these things only during your life. The baseline configuration will be done, whatever we discuss for the next 80, 90 days. In the real time in the project, you will be doing, not only you, there will be many people, many consultants of SD working along with you. You will be doing it in 1 or 2 months. If the project duration is 12 months, 2 months only you will be doing on the baseline configuration. Rest of 10 months you will be working on these RISEF objects. If you want to know the RISEF objects, if you want to know where it has to be used, how it has to be used, the first thing is you should know the standard SAP. The business requirement vary from place to place, and you will have ample of time to work on the RISEF objects. But you need to know the standard SAP. Is it clear, or am I going deeply into the subject?
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So there are two versions are available for SAP now. As Carr mentioned, the older version of SAP is ECC, and the new version of SAP is S/4HANA. Okay, the technical difference, there are many technical differences between ECC and S/4HANA, like your database, storage, etc., etc. In ECC, row storage is possible, column storage is not possible. Whereas in S/4HANA, data can be stored in rows and columns, so that the space, the server size will come down drastically. If you are saving it in the cloud also, the cloud space required will come down drastically if you implement S4HANA. Okay, and there are other differences which we will be discussing during the training. And S4HANA is introduced in the year 2015. The first version was released in 2015, and the latest version which is there in the market is 2023. And 2024-25 version also we are expecting to come. Okay.
So what is the major change in ECC and S4HANA? What is in terms of like the functional design has been changed, or like the or look and feel?
There is a major change in technical terms, in terms of storage, in terms of database. There is a major change in the database, and similarly there is a major change in the way in which the enterprise approaches the business. Okay.
Okay,
As a
so
whole, if you are implementing as a company in ECC, you need to maintain different master data in different ways and means. Whereas in S4HANA, they have introduced a concept called integrated business partner. That is the one major change which is there from a SD consultant perspective or from MM consultant perspective. That is the major change which is there.
so but
Apart
the
from
UI
that,
and all, everything is same.
I told you, UI, basic UI you will be able to see in ECC, whereas in S4HANA, you will be getting a lot of analytical reports. In standard itself, in standard apps itself, you will be getting a lot of analytical reports.
Okay.
Okay, as I rightly mentioned, the SAP works.
Sorry, another question. So if someone want to migrate from ECC to S4HANA cloud, so what are the major changes they need to do from on-premises to cloud?
Can you come again? If someone wants to
migrate from ECC to S4HANA.
Yes.
So what is the major changes they need to do? Like, apart from database, you need to do any migration of
database and all, you will not be doing any changes. The SAP will provide you the HANA servers. You need to install those HANA servers, or you need to go for the cloud edition of S4 HANA, and you will be migrating the current business from ECC to S4 HANA. I told you, during the training you will be able to understand. For example, from SD perspective, if you are selling it to a customer, in ECC we used to call it as customer master, whereas in S4 HANA there is a concept called integrated business partner which is introduced.
Okay.
So during the training we will be discussing about the customer master, and we will be discussing about the integrated business partner also.
So suppose if they want to, from S4 HANA, from ECC to S4 HANA, so they will do data migration, and in terms of UI, no need to do any migration, like from the front end part, functional part.
I didn't get your question.
No, so how the migration will be? What suppose you're one organization, they want to migrate, they want to go from ECC to S4 HANA. What the process they will follow?
Yes, there are certain things which has to be migrated from ECC to S4 HANA. Whenever, not only between ECC and S4 HANA, when you are migrating from your legacy system to the new system, S4 HANA system, you tell me what kind of business details you want in the new system whenever you are running a business.
Like a pharmaceutical business.
Any business, you take any business and tell me. You are having customers in your legacy ECC system or some other system. Those customer data has to be there in the S4 HANA, isn't it?
Yeah.
There might be some orders which are there in ECC system which you are not delivered. Those called as open orders. So all the open orders has to be migrated from ECC to S4 HANA, or legacy system to S4 HANA, or legacy system to ECC. There might be some deliveries which are created but not built. Those are called as open deliveries. Those open deliveries has to be migrated from ECC to S4HANA. If you have to do all these things, your customer master has to be migrated, your material master has to be migrated, your pricing details has to be migrated. There are a lot of things which we will not be able to discuss in the demo class.
Okay.
Okay. There are a lot of things which has to be migrated. And as you mentioned, in UA also there will be certain standard apps which will fit in both ECC and S4HANA. There are certain apps which are not there in ECC, but you can use it in S4HANA. If you have a custom requirement, if you want to do the custom user interface, you need to do it. No need to migrate any standard things. Okay. During the migration, you will be migrating the master data, you will be migrating the transaction data.
Okay, got it.
Master data is something like your customer master, pricing master, material master. Transaction data is like your orders, deliveries, open invoice, etc. etc. Okay. So SAP works on R3 architecture. R3 means there will be whatever you do in SAP, it will be stored in tables and fields. The place where those details will be stored, we used to call it as the database layer. And the presentation layer is something which is used by your users. And application layer is like a program. So if the user want to find out all the open sales order details, there will be a program which is developed by the developer in the application layer. By using that program, this application layer extracts the data from the database layer and show it in the presentation layer. So the application layer acts as a mediator between your database layer and presentation layer. The database layer is the place where your data is stored, and presentation layer is what is used by your users, and application layer is what is developed in standard SAP by the above developers of SAP labs, or in your project if there are custom solutions, custom programs are there in the those will be there in the presentation layer if you have to understand the architecture. Is it clear? For example, I said customer master. For example, I said customer master. So all the details of the customer master will be stored in a table called KNA1, KNB1, KNVV, KNVP. There are different tables. Let me open and show it to you. If you input something in SAP, it has to be stored somewhere. That somewhere is nothing but your table. SC69 is the transaction code which can be used to go to the any table view. SC16, SC16 and SC16H, there are multiple transaction codes which you can use to go to any of the table view. See here, the moment I entered KNA1, what is this table? Represents general data in the customer master. If you execute it, see there are 433 customers which are created in this server. This is the customer name. This is the customer belongs to this country. This is what is his name is this one. This is the customer number, and the customer belongs to this city. His postal code is this one. His region is this one. There are different fields. All these fields: customer, country, region, name 1, name 2, city, postal code, region, search term, street, telephone 1, fax 1 time, address, name 1, etc. etc. All these we used to call it as fields. So the table is a combination of fields. The table is a combination of multiple fields. In SAP, the data will be stored in tables and fields. Okay, there will be thousands of tables in SAP and there will be lakhs of fields in SAP.
Can you create? Can you show us one demo of like creating a PO?
If you want to create a PO, you need to have your, so for example,
or like in the initial phase you mentioned, right? Like distribution dealers in a distribution order came 100K. So if the stock available,
wait, my
just
friend,
something
wait, my friend,
can show off, like the one you have
hello,
over in the SAP.
wait.
Okay. Sorry.
So if I have to demonstrate all that, I need to have a middleware. I need to have a dealer management portal. All that stuff will not be able. I will not be able to show as part of training. Okay. What we will be able to show is whatever is there in the standard SAP that we will be able to show. That I will be able to show, and I will be able to show you that how it can be done. Okay. We will not be able to demonstrate all that stuff. For example, I'll be able to show the way in which a sales order can be created. Okay. To create the sales order, I am using the transaction code as VA01. Okay. The moment I came here, and if you observe here in the downside of the page, are you able to see something here at my cursor?
No.
SAP MV45A. So the sales order
No,
creation
I think you need to make your screen little bit smaller. Cannot watch.
Are you able to see it now?
Can?
Are you able to see now?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, can now.
So this is the program. By using this program, this transaction code will be run. So this program is nothing but your application layer. If you want to get the details of the sales order which are already created, as I mentioned earlier, the details of the sales orders which are already created in the system, there is a table called BBAK, sales order header table. So if you execute this, if I remove the number of entries, limit, and execute, see here in the system, there were some 9,545 orders got created. Okay, who created this, on which date created, etc. Whatever you do in SAP, it will be stored in tables and fields. Okay. For example, I am trying to create a sales order now. I will take the customer number, this customer number, which I am planning for some other batch. This is the material that I uses, and I will place the order for some 100 units of this material. See here, what are the things that I entered? When I am trying to create the order, let me show you once again. I have entered the order type. I have entered my customer sold to party number. Based on that sold to party number, all other details have come. I have entered my customer reference number. I have entered my sold to party and customer reference number. I entered my material and I entered the order quantity. Okay. So the other things, if you look at here, the net value has come. How this net value came? The delivery date has come. How the system knows the delivery date? The payment terms has come. How the payment terms has come? The Inco terms has come. How this Inco terms has come? The sales order creation is the responsibility of the end user. But as a consultant, you should know how these things, each and everything is coming. You will be working to get all this information into the order screen.
Okay, backend things will be done by consultant functional.
Correct. It is not the backend. We can call it as configuration and customization. Things will be done by the consultant. Configuration you will be doing on your own. Customizing things you will be working along with the developer. Developer means ABAP guy, technical guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For certain things you will be working with security person also. For example, the business will tell that I have some 4 or 5 set of users, my friend. For certain users, I want to give only sales order display authorization. I don't want them to I don't want to authorize them to create any sales order manually. I don't want them to change any sales order manually. If they want to access SAP, they will be able to see the sales order only in display mode. So you need to list out, they will provide the list of the users who want that one. So all those users has to be grouped into one group, and for that group, you need to have only display role. Like that, there will be many things which you will be working along with the technical consultant like security, basis, and above guys. Okay.
So you mean to say these restrictions will be done by security people?
Yes, yes, yes. But you should tell them what has to be done.
Okay.
So in nutshells, if I have to tell you the role of the functional consultant is like a bridge between business and SAP. Because the technical guy don't know what is the business requirement. The business don't know what is SAP. So you should have complete understanding of the business, and you should find out the ways and means of achieving those business requirements in SAP with the help of all these people. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So
So the thing is
landscape.
like we need to.
Yeah, please,
Sorry.
please. Yeah, please continue.
So the thing is like we need to understand the business, and we need to implement in the SAP, like in the SD.
Correct. Whether it is SD or MM or PP, whatever it is.
Okay.
Basically, the role of the functional consultant is to understand the business requirement, and we need to find out how it can be
Yes.
implemented in SAP. Okay. So other details and all we will be discussing during the class.
Okay.
So Nitish will be in touch with you regarding other things. Any questions?
So only one doubt, not exactly doubt, just want to ask.
Yeah.
So real-time scenarios will be working from second month or on the first month only?
When you are working, or during training you are asking?
During training.
During training, we will be discussing whenever that real-time scenarios it arise in each and every place. In customer master, there will be while discussing on the day one itself. When you are talking about the customer master in fourth class or fifth class, you will be knowing the real-time scenario, how the real-time requirement will come when you are creating the master data itself, when you are configuring the master data itself. It will be part of the daily discussion.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, Carl? Because I have a meeting at.
No, this is like your demo, or you have showing any more things.